It's election day, time to make your choice, but the Pistons and Nuggets making their decisions a day early. Hey, how are you folks? Jason Horowitz, glad to be with you on the Sports Update presented by Toyota. Detroit and Denver both selecting to go in different directions with their futures. The Nuggets trading former league MVP Allen Iverson to the Pistons for former Finals MVP Chauncey Billups. The deal also included Antonio McDyess and Sheik Sam to Denver. In doing so, the Pistons got one of the NBA's most prolific scorers in history and the last year of his contract, while the Nuggets received a point guard for which they've been looking and a guy who can play defense. Antonio McDyess, the question mark in the deal. He has said he plans to go back to Detroit once Denver buys out his contract. The Nuggets not so sure they're going to do that. Iverson will be introduced at a Detroit press conference later today. Catch that here on CBSSports.com. Meanwhile, the Pistons, before beating the Bobcats Monday night, also elected to give Richard Hamilton a 3-year contract extension. Hamilton, 2 years left on his current 7-year, $62 million deal. It'll be his backcourt along with Rodney Stuckey for the foreseeable future, and one that includes Allen Iverson, at least for this season. Questions about who will be in the backfield when the Steelers play the Colts Sunday on CBS. Ben Roethlisberger hurt his throwing shoulder in Monday night's game with the Redskins. Did not play the second half. X-rays at the stadium, though, were negative. His team won without him, 23-6, with backup quarterback Byron Leftwich leading the way. 2 touchdown scoring drives in the second half. Dominating defensive performance again by the league's #1 total D. 7 sacks on Redskins QB Jason Campbell, while forcing him to throw his first 2 interceptions on the season. Willie Parker also came back after missing 4 games, 70 yards and his first touchdown since the first week of the season. Come Thursday night, Brady Quinn's going to get his first career start. Browns announced Monday that the second-year pro from Notre Dame will replace Derek Anderson for Cleveland's Thursday night game with Denver. The latter had completed fewer than 50% of his passes this season. The Browns just 3-5 on the year, and Quinn's the fan favorite. Short week to get ready. We'll see how he does. See how the Tennessee Volunteers do the rest of the way, knowing they're playing the final games. Philip Fulmer will coach at the University of Tennessee. School announced Monday that he won't return after the 2008 season. 3-6 on the year, just 1-5 in the SEC. Career numbers great, but the team just 6-14 the last 4 years against ranked teams. The Vols haven't won the SEC since 1998, the year they won the national title, and they haven't been to a BCS bowl game since 1999. All right, we all know how bad preseason polls are, but let's see how the AP voters do with the preseason college basketball All-America team. Tyler Hansbrough on it for a record 3rd straight year, but for the first time, a unanimous selection, receiving all 72 votes. First unanimous selection since Duke's Jason Williams. And UCLA's Darren Collison, the only other repeat name from last year's preseason team. Stephen Curry, Big East Player of the Year Luke Herringody, and sensational sophomore Blake Griffin, all also on the list. Time for the Wits hits, and hopefully they can all have Hall of Fame pro careers like Greg Maddux, but his agent Scott Boras told the New York Post Monday it's probably over. If it is indeed done, Maddux will leave baseball 8th on the career list in wins with 355 and 4 Cy Young awards. CC Sabathia won the 2007 Cy Young in the AL, now a free agent after a stint with the Brewers in the NL, but Milwaukee not ready to let him go. Monday made an initial offer to the pitcher that carried the Brewers to the playoffs, and they also picked up the $10 million option to bring back center fielder Mike Cameron in 2009. So that'll do it for Tuesday's edition of the Sports Update presented by Toyota. It's election day. Doesn't matter who you vote for. Just make sure you go out and do so. All right, then when it's done, be sure to enjoy the night in sports. I'm Jason Horowitz. Take care, folks.